What's up, everybody? Welcome to Outlaw Sports with Jesse and John. As you guys can see here, I'm going to be your host today for today's recruiting video, Jonathan Neckbeard Lewis. So I get it, guys. I know that Elijah Thomas has been committed to the Oklahoma Sooners for, well over a year, or around a year, actually, to be exact. But I did want to get on here and give my take on Elijah Thomas and why I thought he was so important to the Oklahoma Sooners, but also give a quick breakdown of him as well. But before I get started, make sure to like, share, and subscribe below if you guys like watching a video pertaining to college football, SEC, Oklahoma, and recruiting. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. But look, if you're an Oklahoma fan and you've watched my live streams or you've watched my videos, I typically talk about what in recruiting. How does Brent Venables get these recruits? It's a family atmosphere, right? He makes it very comfortable. He targets the parents in a good way, right? He makes sure that he shows that they can be comfortable. And with that being said, once again, I'm going to show proof of this in a video from Elijah Thomas himself. So let's go ahead and jump into the video real quick.
What's it been like since you made the decision, man? Is that just still feeling good? Everything feels right?
It's been amazing. Really good.
So what sold you? What made that the time to do it? I mean, you didn't waste any time with it, man.
Relationships, coaching staff.
There you go.
Now, was that Coach Jones? I mean, was he as big a part of that, or was it Coach Venables? Was it really everybody?
You know, Coach Venables, Ben Doobie, Coach Jones, the whole coaching staff.
Now, you mentioned him. He's a guy that comes up a little bit, Benton Doobie. What is it about him you like? I mean, what is it that he's kind of behind the scenes, man? Not a lot of people hear about him.
Yeah, he has a lot of charisma. He really encouraged me. Really.
Okay.
He really played a big role in it.
All right, so I just wanted to show you that because, look, I keep showing clips and clips and clips of this, and it seems like Brent Venables, his number one MO with that staff and getting big-time recruits like Elijah Thomas in Norman is going to be creating the family atmosphere, right? Creating the comfortability factor, right? They're taking full advantage of this, and they got one of the best, if not the best, wide receivers in this class. And look, I know he's not rated the number one wide receiver because of talent and ability and whatever other factors they want to use, but I want to get into why I think he could be the best wide receiver in this class at the end of the day. So anyways, jumping into Elijah Thomas, for the ones that don't know the basics on him, he's a four-star athlete. He's going to be a wide receiver in Norman. With a score or a composite score of 0.9421. That is what I go by. So he is considered a number 4 athlete according to 24/7 Sports. He's 6'1" and 183 pounds out of Chakota, Oklahoma. Hopefully I pronounced that, guys. For all the Oklahoma fans, I believe it's Chakota, and Chakota High School is who he plays for. He was offered by Oklahoma, Alabama, Arkansas, and a multitude of others. So this definitely was a big-time recruit. A lot of programs are going after him, and he was one of those recruits that started climbing up the board his junior year extremely fast, right? So he was, I would say, sophomore year, actually, going into his junior season. But he also is a multi-sport athlete guy. He does run track and field and stuff like that. But he became very big his junior year and really started piling in on the offers. But he was recruited by Emmet Jones. Look, I gotta make a video about Emmet Jones. Emmet Jones seems to be in every one of these guys' interviews. Like he's brought up almost every time. So I believe he's the 4th best recruiter in the nation right now, according to 24/7 Sports. I need to break down a video on him and how he gets so many guys into Norman and do a little bit of research myself. But either way, back to Elijah Thomas here. His pros has quick burst off the line, very sudden movements with route running, has the extra gear for the top end speed, naturally separates from defenders. And he does this almost as good as what I saw at Alabama with Devontae Smith, right? It doesn't look like he's running that fast and getting that much separation. But over the course of just 5 to 10 yards, somehow he creates this almost natural separation. It looks like he's not running as fast as what he's actually running. That's the best way I can explain it. He's very good at catching the 50-50 balls, great run after the catch ability, and he's a track star athlete as well. I can't remember his exact 100 time, but I know it was low. I'll just leave it at that. But either way, I find this guy is a great comp as an Alabama fan of a hybrid between Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle, right? Jalen Waddle had that crazy sudden burst of movement, right? And that's exactly what Elijah Thomas has. Devontae Smith had that natural separation ability and was really fast, but it didn't look like it. It doesn't look like he was running that fast because he has such a long stride. That is the case with Elijah Thomas. When you're looking at him running, you're like, well, he's not really that fast until you see the separation of him and the defender. And you're like, okay, maybe he's moving it a little bit faster than what I thought he was. But his stats from this past season: 61 catches, 1,197 yards, and 15 tutties. Right. So, and look, he also played defense. He played safety as well. I'm not going to throw those stats on here only because, look, the guy's going to be playing wide receiver in Norman. He's going to be a great addition for Jackson Arnold and Jaden O'Neal in the future. I believe he's going to be the next big wide receiver star for Oklahoma, plain and simple. The reason why is because I look at people like the Jaden Waddles, the Devontae Smith, the John Mechie's, right? That weren't exactly the biggest names coming out of high school. They were ranked 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, right? But they weren't the biggest names. But what do? They just did what they do at the best of their ability, and they made a whole hell of a lot of impact on that game. And I believe he has that ability. You'll probably see him the first year, in my opinion, kick returner, punt returner in some aspect, because the kid has speed. Right, he has natural ability, the quickness, the suddenness, all that stuff. It's crazy. Please go watch film on him if you haven't already. And the link to the full interview, by the way, when you guys started, will be in the description below. So make sure to check that out as well. Anyways, that's all I have for Elijah Thomas. I think he's going to be the next big guy. I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on him like I did Jackson Arnold. Make sure to leave in the comments below what you guys think about him. Is he the next big one? If not, I know there's a host of others, Cortez Mills and all these guys that are coming in after him that a lot of people have a lot of hype on. But I'm telling you, Elijah Thomas, Sooners, keep an eye on him. 2-3 years, I'm going to come back to this video. I'm going to be remaking it, redoing it, and talking all about it. So other than that, as always, Nick Beard out.